On this episode, I will have a closer look at this brand new reel from Tsurinoya called Dark Wolf Ultra Pro. And a couple things to mention really, I used this reel already and I have a video on it. If you are interested in its casting performance, have a look at that video. And another thing I will mention right away that this reel is based on original Dark Wolf Ultra. And what they did really is they kept good part of this new reel and improved or replaced bad parts. And result really is a fantastic reel that performs very well and casts very well too. So let's dig in. Let's look for moving parts first, right? Or let's have a look if there are any slops where there shouldn't be any. So the knobs. Solid here. Inspect, this gap. It's just solid. Like I can't feel anything and you won't be able to see anything as well, even though it spins nicely. Another one, exactly same deal, just solid. You won't find better on any Daiwa or Shimano reel. Ideal, and you will see that knobs are kind of rubberized, very nice to grip. On older model they had these carbon ones that were okay, but I prefer actually these. Now let's have a look at the gears and if it has any slop. So I'll grab onto the spool, I will crank down onto the clutch or just to make sure it's not moving, and I will look for that rotational wobble. Just no, actually it's solid. Wow, impressive. Now I will look for that in and out, slop. So again, I'm holding onto my spool and trying to pull out and in. Again, solid. This is impressive. Like way better than you would see on any Daiwas or Shimanos or other reels. Really good. Now, on previous or original Dark Wolf Ultra, there was some slop in spool releaser lever. I hope you can see it in both positions. Now it's solid. It's not moving like at all. It's not budging. So yeah, impressive. Very good. And yeah, they kept the frame exactly the same and all parts except the knobs, as I mentioned, and also the drag star has these holes. I hope you can see it, but the frame is exactly the same. And it's a good thing because it was very, very comfortable, very kind of well balanced frame. I liked to fish with this reel a lot. And also you will see one more difference when it comes to line guide. In this new one, it has kind of egg shape one, if you will. And new or old one had this round one. That was kind of bigger from this end, if you will. On this new one, it's still an egg, but it's way bigger. So yeah, improvement here too. But still, I mean, the reel is very, very smooth, just silky, really silky. Easily competes with kind of high-end Daiwas, easily competes. Very quiet too. And even though this one been abused and this one been in the water like many times, well, not many, like 4 that I can remember, I would say 3-4 times, and it needs servicing really. It has, not to certain if you can see that, I can see that there are some beads underneath the drag star, but still it's smooth. And from memory, this new one is as smooth as, if not smoother. It all means that gears are of a good quality in this new one as they were in the old one, and that's a good thing. So now let's continue on looking at moving parts, right? So drag star clicks, as you heard already. It has a drag clicker. What I will say is that drag clicker could be louder. Should be able to pick it up, but it's not like super loud. Yeah, there are some reels that has better drag clicker for sure. But again, it's better, silent drag clicker, and it's not bad. I mean, for example, casking Kestrel BFS reels, they have way quieter drag click than this one, so it's not bad, but I'm just saying, you know, that it would be nice if they would have included a little bit louder drag clicker in here, but again, it's here. This spool side to side adjustment knob does not have clicks. On older model, actually, it did have clicks, but again, this one kind of feels very light, you know, when you turn it. And let's see if it works. Okay, it's tight. Yep, it does. So yeah, both are the moving parts. And as I mentioned, no movement on the spool releaser knob. Now you will see we have a braking adjuster wheel. Again, kind of recessed a little bit, so you won't be able to knock it off or change the brakings by accident. Impossible. That's a good thing. And yeah, still the most important change they did really is when it comes to the brakes and the spool's weight as well, and spool design. So let's have a closer look, and let's just open this reel up and let's see. First of all, you will see braking hub. At first I was thinking that it's a dynamic kind of braking situation, but it's not. Actually, it's fixed. I have kind of a steel screwdriver here, and hope you can see that this block, it should come out, but it doesn't. So brakes are fixed, but it's a good thing, you know, for BFS reel, especially with such a light spool. I prefer actually fixed brakes because, you know, there are no surprises. And this kind of assembly of brakes, when magnets actually do go into the spool like so, in my opinion, it's the best kind of approach, instead of if I would have kind of magnets instead of this metal plate and plate here, and it would break, you know, this way. Now when the magnets kind of going inside of the spool, this is by far the most kind of reliable and best braking system in my opinion, at least from what I tested. So yeah, static brakes, but configuration is good. And when I fished with this reel, I only needed to go like 1 to 1.5, you know, on my brakes, and I was using, you know, like 1.5 grams lures as well, you know, and this is good. And on old, let's actually take it apart. You will see very similar deal. That's the old one, and you will see that this block is moving. So those were dynamic brakes, but they had lots and lots of not lots of problems, but as you can see, I added extra magnets. I hope you can see I just lighting the magnet that I added, and then I added this one and this one, and the same on this block as well. So, and even then, like, best braking performance was at around 3 to 3.5, you know. So yeah, this new reel casts way better. Just, I mean, with this older one, like in a real fishing trout situation, I wasn't able to cast like under 2 grams, no way. And with this new one, I am able to cast like 1 gram in a real fishing situation. And yeah, it will be to do with braking system itself and spool's weight. And also you will see that this new spool is kind of or has short shaft, if you will, meaning the spool's weight, total weight, is less. Some differences here too, but from what I can tell, they will be exactly of the same size. So now let's take a weight of this new one. I'll take a weight of the reel a little bit later, but now let's just see how heavy it is. They're saying about 4 grams. 4.5 grams with ball bearing. So yeah, ultra light spool. If I remember correctly, the old one was around 6. Yeah, so with the line it's almost 7, so it'll be like 6.5, something like that, I would say. So yeah, I don't know, 50% weight reduction when it comes to the spool weight, and yeah, it makes all the difference, guys. And I was also very surprised that this reel did not produce any bird's nests like at all. So with any other reel almost, if you would cast light lure and would hit something mid-air with the lure, you would get a bird's nest. I was very surprised with this reel, and it happened more than once actually. I did hit a small leaf on the cast, but yeah, reel did not do anything like at all. It just kind of slowed down the spool, and you know, the lure continued on, you know, kind of flying through the air. Obviously it went a little bit shorter, but still no bird's nests on the reel at all, so that was impressive. Now let's have a look at how heavy this reel is. So that's a new one, and okay, let's wait. Here we go. I think it should be like 130 grams, something like that. Damn it, can't take a weight of it. Like, yeah, 133 grams. That's very good. Obviously there are some lighter reels, but you can't say, you know, that it's a heavy reel in any shape or form. So let's have a look at this old one. If I remember correctly, it will be very, very similar. Yeah, just a few grams, you know, heavier. Again, probably half. We can take off half of the gram, and yeah, it will be, you know, just 3 grams or around there heavier. So now the main question, would I recommend it? How easily? Probably this old Dark Wolf Ultra was a first reel for me, you know, when I kind of became a believer when it comes to budget BFS reels that do perform very well. But again, this one needed some extra work, as in ordering and adding magnets. After that, it was, you know, good. I liked it. But this one is just next level, really. When it comes to casting, I would say this one is in like top 3 of the reels that I used, really, when it comes to casting performance. It casts beautifully, the spool is always very well controlled, and yeah, no issues at all. Oh, I'll mention also, you won't be able to pick it up on camera, but when it comes to the edge of the spool, this is improved a little bit as well, because with this older one, especially before adding magnets, I used to have issue on the bird's nest. When I used to get a bird's nest, usually, or not usually, but sometimes line would go onto the spool, like from gear box end, if you will, or just here, not here, where the magnets or braking hub is, but from this side, usually. On this reel, I assume because of the shape of the spool, because it kind of tapers a little bit better, and because brakes are better, never happened, even though I used, you know, finer lines. So all in all, fantastic reel and easy recommendation. And yeah, they improved all the areas they users, you know, complained about. That was braking and the sloppy spool releaser lever, and you know, improved some other areas like adding, you know, nicer knobs, more comfortable knobs, a little bit better line guide, obviously reducing spool weight by 50% more or less, and as I say, keeping other parts the same as on original Dark Wolf Ultra. And you know, called this reel pro. Whether it's pro or not, you know, it's up to you to decide, but the good thing is they did not increase the price. I mean, if I remember correctly, a few years ago when this reel appeared on the market, it was about 60-70 pounds, at least here in the UK, or like $80. This new one, improved one with, you know, 50% lighter spool is more or less the same, 60-70 pounds here in the UK, and you know, $80 or around there So bottom line, would I recommend this reel? Easily. Especially if you liked original Dark Wolf Ultra, you will like this reel a lot because they improved, you know, key areas a lot. Just consider they reduced the weight of the spool by 50%. So yeah, easy recommendation. And you can get this reel in 2 places as far as I know. If you live in the UK, it will be Needham's Tackle, and they do a discount with a code that I will leave in the description below. If you live outside of the UK, then it will be AliExpress, and I will leave a link below for that too. Check it out, and obviously read, if you will decide to buy this reel, read a review section on AliExpress, especially just to see, you know, what people are saying and if they like it before pulling the trigger. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Over and out.